23 cars, $1 million on the line. Pace car is in. Keselowski and Bell address themselves to the starting line, and we're underway.
Yeah, and you saw Christopher Bell try to roll that start right there, and Brad Keselowski was like, no, no, no. I'm going to wait until you back up 3 wide for a brief second right there.
Bell did a good job starting on this bottom. That's hard to do with this racetrack. Whoa, they're into each other. Now Logano to the inside. Here we go.
They want it all, and they want it now.
Yeah, they know how important it is to try to get everything that you can as quick as you can on these restarts. So you're seeing that aggression level right off the bat.
Chase Elliott to the outside of Bell. Here he comes. Longer race right now, the All-Star race versus anything we've seen. Probably lower air, I would think, taking off. You're going to see these cars swirling around.
Yeah, and when you see those cars move around like that off of turn 4, that's just the low air pressure and everything that they have going on right now, but they're 3 wide.
They don't really again into the corner.
They don't really care about this exit. They know that they got to take some chances tonight to win this money.
And Logano pops out in second, and here comes Elliott around his outside.
I like the way Elliott's rolling this outside of the racetrack. He's in the preferred line.
William Byron takes 4th from Christopher Bell.
Bell's car did not take off very well.
And here comes Logano for the lead.
That 22 car has really good drive off the corner currently.
Hold him down, Brad. That's what you're going to have to do. Let him wear his stuff out.
Joey Logano makes no bones about it. On the racetrack, I'm selfish, he says, and he's going for the lead.
Joey knows it's a matter of time. I cannot ride down here very long. These tires get hot. We've watched it in the heat races, the open. You got to go now. Be aggressive. Make it quick.
Byron secures 3rd from Elliott, with Bell 5th and Chastain, Busch, and Buescher.
I think he got into him just a little bit. That's what you can't afford. Byron getting to your outside.
Well, he's there.
But Keselowski doing a great job of holding on to the lead.
And we saw him do this the other night in the heat races as well. And
even
every
lap tires.
Yeah, every lap that goes by for Joey Logano, it's going to become harder and harder. So at some point, he's going to have to decide if he wants to fall in line and defend or keep heating those tires up on the bottom.
William Byron doesn't want to wait to see what Logano does. He wants to move forward on the outside.
You see that car of Logano's jump right there.
Yeah, there's a big bump on the exit of 4, and when you're down there on the bottom, you hit that thing with a little bit of wheel in it, the car's going to get sideways. Fantastic racing so far. Love it.
Byron in the rocking chair in 3rd by himself. Elliott and Bell battle for the 4th spot.
Brad got a little loose on the exit of 4, Kevin.
Yeah, I like that line that Logano took right there. Kind of rolled up the racetrack, made a small diamond in 3 and 4, and you saw, and we've been talking about Joey Logano's car. It has really good drive and turn in the middle of the corner, but it has really good drive up off.
That loose on the exit was a snappy loose. In other words, I think Brad's car is a little bit tight rolling the center. You can see Logano is able to get to the throttle just a beat quicker than him.
Yeah, and this is usually the time that 12 car starts to roll as you get later into these runs. So we've run 30 laps, but see that right front brake? Yeah, glowing like crazy on the right front of that 12 car.
All right, Blaney's caught Ross Chastain for 6th.
Yeah, and with all the speed that SVG had and the way that Ross looked in that race yesterday, I thought he would fire off, pretty good right here. But now we're seeing that 12 car start to make a little bit of ground as all these guys get tight, move up the racetrack. He's still able to run lower on the track than most everybody. Yeah, you're going to see him get behind the 19 car and just kind of lose track of where he is. Just too high on the entry, kind of clipped that wall and hung the car up into those marbles and didn't hit it too hard, but just lost everything that he had just worked to move forward with.
Yeah, put Hocevar back to 19th.
Yeah, when that groove moves up like that and you know it's moving up the racetrack, you want to be right next to the gray. And right now the gray has the marbles and the dust and everything in it. So the only way to move it up is just an inch or 2 at a time with multiple cars. So 99 flat.
Suarez in the wall. Caution.
And that was the nick of the time if you're Brad Keselowski. We're starting to get into lap traffic, and that was going to give you a challenge.
That's twice that Brad's done that. He's waited for that inside car to roll just a little bit, wait for him to check up, and then take off.
Kyle Busch trying to get his outside. He's there.
Kyle Busch right there, hunting the lead 3 wide.
This is the first time Brad's had somebody is outside. He's in trouble. Is he going to show aggression
Still in the
here?
middle. Nothing behind the 8. Still in the middle. Still middle. There you go. Still middle.
That is TJ Majors, Keselowski's spotter, and he's in the midst of a hornet's nest.
How about this? 3 wide for the lead. Kyle Busch to your front. Here we go. Still not clear.
Byron from the bottom trying to get clear going into 3. And he sends it and gets it. William Byron to the front.
Well, you saw exactly what you don't want to do right there. You do not want to let somebody to that right rear clamp. Brad let the 8 car of Kyle Busch get there, and he had to give him a lane.
Well, Joey Logano's been the best on the bottom all night.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if he's as friendly to this 24 car on the inside as he was to a fellow Ford.
Regan.
Mike, you'll see right behind the first and second place car, Christopher Bell in third right there. Started the race off very loose, didn't have any drive off in the corner. And as the last caution came out, told the crew chief Adam Seedens, I have lost a substantial amount of lateral grip, meaning side grip, since yesterday. They were able to make an adjustment. One more thing to look at, he complained about brake fade already that first run as we've seen some rotors glowing.
And it's Logano to the lead. Byron is the only car in the top 5 that took just 2 tires on the pit stop, as he and Logano traded back and forth lap after lap. And on the right, Keselowski slips back to 8th as Austin Cindric gets by.
Got it.
That's bad news for the rest of the field, I believe.
Last year, Joey Logano led all but 1 lap. The race was only 200 laps long. Tonight it's 250.
I'm not going to hand it to Logano yet. This 20 car is pretty sporty.
And not without contact.
Oh, yeah. See that 21 car and the 3 car make contact down the front straightaway. Larson tries to shoot into the bottom lane.
Well, they batted it up in his lap.
This becomes the all-star caution lap. Joey Logano with a 1-second lead.
I'll put it out. This is the all-star caution.
And there it is. Busch was able to hold off Cindric. Bowman was able to hold off Dillon. Had a lot of good battles all the way through the pack. 3rd caution flag and the 2nd for cause.
Well, we changed our mind, haven't we, Kevin?
Yes, we have.
I don't think it's Alex Bowman. Keep watching Cindric right here on the exit. Didn't really get crowded at all. He just never lifted. Got right into the left rear of Ross Chastain and turned him around. Very aggressive. We saw it. He'd go back to the exit of turn 4 with his own teammate on the outside right here. All 3. It was still Chastain, Cindric. You can see Barry's up against the wall, out of room.
Yeah, and that one we even talked about Chastain squeezing him, but that was definitely on the 2 car as well.
Got to come off a 2 in the lead here. He's not going to do it.
Not going to clear him. They're side by side, headed for 3. Even into the corner.
Oh, it rotates the middle good, but Logano holding strong on that outside. Here he comes.
There you see him squeeze him down the racetrack right there. Christopher Bell up the hill in the middle of the corner.
See ya.
Bell sends it in, and they're even again in the middle of turn 4.
If you don't come off of turn 2 in the lead, you're in trouble. Oh, he's going to lean on him.
Not going to matter.
Yeah, Bell's car is good, but when you get that car to launch on the outside of you and you can't use the whole racetrack, as they make contact again, it just doesn't allow you to finish the corner. So Christopher Bell stuck on the bottom of the racetrack.
And a little further back, Kyle Larson is creeping his way up into the top 10 inside of Brad Keselowski. That would be for 8th place.
Yeah, we've run 129 laps, so Kyle's probably feeling a lot better about what he's sitting in right now as far as being comfortable and being able to maximize the speed out of that number 5 car.
I love this. It reminds me of a good old dirt track. You can slide in there and make the pass. They cross you back over, start to transition all over again.
See the fire out of the pipes right there. Brad had to lift with Kyle up on the outside.
One of the fastest cars on the racetrack, even back here in traffic, and all over the place. He's on the bottom. He's way up on the top.
See that 8 car get into that back straightaway wall right there. Larson looked in that.
Whoa, jumped the cushion a little bit. You saw that dust come out of that right rear. We saw that with Hocevar.
Oh, Brad Keselowski crashed hard in turn 4, and then coming into his pit stall with a bump and a thump, not much left on the right front.
You see at the top of your screen up here.
Yeah, he got loose. It looks like getting in the corner. You see how far they pushed that groove up into the 3rd lane, and now everybody's chasing it, and he got loose getting in the corner and just slammed into the fence hard.
2 tires for Kyle Larson, and he's going to beat everybody off pit road.
It's getting interesting.
Yeah, you see Logano hang way back on that restart, right on the edge of being too much from a NASCAR standpoint, but Kyle Larson fires it off into turn 1, and we'll see how these 2 tires work out for him.
It was a good move by Kyle, too. He went early because of that. Didn't let him creep to him.
The restart is under review. Remember, Larson 2 fresh tires. Everybody else has 4. The restart is approved. And Logano wants the lead back.
And you wonder what Kyle Larson's feeling that's different. We know when these cars get that clean air and get up front, they handle a little bit different. Pace changes a little bit.
But he has the preferred groove.
Oh, he got too high.
And Logano gets the lead. Larson, though, fires it in on the outside of 3, trying to hold even with Logano. Can't do it. And Michael Waltrip, the 1996 winner of the Winston, NASCAR's original All-Star race for the Wood Brothers, has ascended the flag stand. Something's up. Larson backing up. Elliott's going to pass him on the back straightaway. And so is Blaney.
Yeah,
hit the wall, didn't he?
Yeah, Larson hit the wall on the entry into turn 1. He got up too high and it slapped the back.
Michael, you better do it.
And he does. Caution waves. There's the All-Star Promoters caution.
You saw the right rear toe link broke. Oh, look at this, Kevin.
Pyrotechnics all over
Michael
Wilkes County.
has dropped the flag. Michael has dropped the flag.
He really dropped the flag?
No, he really dropped the flag on the front straightaway. It is on the front straightaway.
Oh, no. You had one job.
We tried to get him to tape it to his hand.
I told you guys in a preparation meeting to this, you better tape it to his hand.
And this is why every professional flagman brings a backup yellow flag. Yeah, drop.
Oh, man.
Whoa! The Penske cars stay out.
Only 2. Well, no, got some help. Looks like Hocevar and Chastain, but this is going to be good.
Well, Blaney got a good restart. We know his car's been good on the bottom of the racetrack right here.
Chastain and Hocevar are up there, and Burton, they did not pit. 3 wide.
See Bell, the first one on those 2 tires on the bottom. He's got to make quick work of these guys.
Yeah, we were worried about that right front fender. As you see these cars 3 wide.
Here he comes on the bottom.
Bell against Hocevar. First car with tires is that 20. Look at this log jam.
Kyle Busch trying to make it 4
Blaney's
wide.
really sideways off of 4.
3 wide, 3 wide, 4
He's got
wide
trouble.
here.
He's got left rear tire down.
Joey Logano making that car as wide as possible, but Bell finds room on the inside.
Yeah, and I think that caught Joey Logano off guard. When you get into those positions where you're trying to aero block a little bit.
Look at that car rotate. It's time to move him up, Kevin. He's loose. He's into him.
Can't hold him down.
Yeah,
Contact.
He got loose getting in the corner and slid up into the side of the 22 car.
And that brings Chastain and Alex Bowman into the picture.
There you go. Front bumper. And if they don't work this out, Ross Chastain is going to be there in a hurry.
20 laps to go for $1 million.
Yeah, you can't guard on the bottom for long because Chastain's going to be on the outside. Which one do you guard first? Belton is outside. This is exactly what we're talking about. He's
Big
loose.
slide.
Bowman grinding it out on the bottom. No gain.
He can't be side by side to him. I think you've got to Oh, this is exactly what he wants.
Oh,
to
he's
get to
there.
that outside.
You see Logano run him up the racetrack.
That's all I needed to see.
And that's all Ross needed to see in his windshield, because now he has a chance.
Well,
Bell
he
likes this outside.
And Chastain is definitely still a contender because of the fact that Joey Logano is not going to be an easy pass.
But Logano's clear.
See him moving down. Back into him.
See him use the right side of that car. He's got a half a car length on Joey Logano.
Yes.
Back even down the back straightaway.
Joey's running him down the racetrack. He moved him up.
And Chastain almost ran over Logano in the process.
How bad do you want it? He just showed you.
That's exactly what you have to do to finish these passes.
Christopher Bell doing an Alan Kulwicki style Polish victory lap to salute the crowd before turning it around at the start finish.
Turn it down.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.